friends, and welcome. Today I would like to pay tribute to my black friends, the Negroes, Africa Americans. I think they get a shit deal sometimes. Did you know that, like 2 million years ago, we evolved from, monkeys, right? It started off like, 13.7 billion years ago. It was the Big Bang, and inflation, it was everywhere. The Big Bang, it happened everywhere, and galaxies started to form, and the gases compressed, and it made the stars ignite, and the first set of stars, those suckers exploded quick, like millions of years later, but in space-time, that's quick. And when they exploded, it made all the elements that we needed for life. And our planet and sun, 4.5 billion years ago, there it was, the little blue, well, it wasn't even a blue rock then, it was just lava everywhere, and like even a Mars-sized planet hit Earth, and it knocked us on our tilted side, which actually was beautiful. It gave us our seasons, why we have winter and spring and fall and summer. Where was I? Oh, that Mars planet that hit us, chunks of the shit, it circled us and it became our moon. And without our moon, hell, without the moon, without the sun, without perfect, the perfect conditions, we wouldn't be here. The moon had our tides for the oceans, which created the atmosphere. Anyway, the plumes underneath the ocean, I'm getting to the Negroes, so hold on. The plumes underneath the ocean, they think that that's where the first, like, single-cell organisms were created in that heat with all the... It's so hard to explain. But they turned into single cells, and they joined, and they figured they could expand into millions of more complex cells, which became small. They had the first eye, the first light-sensitive organs that followed the sun, and that's where we got our eyes from. But first, in the ocean, we were fish. You, me, fish. And they got their fins turned into the legs and came up on the land to get away from predators, and eventually they turned into, I think it was the dinosaurs after the great dying 250 million years ago, and little mammals, shrews, little dudes, like this is our great grandfather is a shrew. A shrew, and they evolved into lemurs and monkeys and chimps, and then Lucy was the first monkey that came out of the trees and stood upright. They found her bones. They called her Lucy, the archaeologist. He liked Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds from the Beatles, so they called her Lucy, and they found that her hips had evolved to be standing upright so that she could see predators in the fields, because she had to come out of the trees. The forests were shrinking and she had to find food elsewhere. And from there, our feet went from monkey feet to proper feet for long distance tracking, because we can't run like a bloody cheetah and hunt our food. We used to run for miles and wear these suckers out until they couldn't run anymore, and we hunted in packs. And so our feet evolved so that they could take long distance runs and have absorption. And our hands went from the monkey hand, it just evolved. And evolution is just natural selection based on the environment and what works best for that species. So our opposable thumbs, everything, we got our hands evolved so that we could make and use tools. From there, Homo habilis, the big skull dude, they weren't too bright, but they were brawny, and they figured out, was it them who figured out fire? Anyway, the modern humans, the first one came from Africa. My Negro friends, thank you to them. They spread out towards Asia and into the north. And eventually, like their skin was so dark, and their hair with the oils and the fro, it would repel the sun, so they weren't getting the vitamin D they needed, and they get the rickets and the diabetes and all that shit. So our skin pigment, it lightened and changed so we could absorb the sun and get the nutrients, because every species needs sun and water. So and from there, from Asia, when it was a freeze, they were able to explore and cross over into the north. So here's the Asia and the North America. They crossed over here and came out over here. And that's how we migrated. And if it wasn't for our Negro friends, the African Americans, we wouldn't be here. And I think they get a bum rap is all I'm saying. So I'm just here. I'm paying tribute. I hope it doesn't come across as any sort of race preference. I could give two shits if you're Chinese, if you're Indian, if you're Mexican, if you're black, or if you're fucking white. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. So if you're a cool black dude, you're my brother, man. I don't care. Assholes are assholes. I don't care. I'll call it gook or something like that. If he's being one, if he's a cool dude, come on in, have a drink, you know? Let's talk about life and shoot the shit. I hope you like my blog. I hope you like my blog. that's all. That's the message I was trying to send. Is everybody's equal.